This is the exterior inspection. Gable venting and soffit venting. These are the ventilation to the crawl space. This one's been closed up. I recommend it's opened up. You can't have too little ventilation, frankly. This is an addition. We've got a cold joint here. More ventilation. This is an individual, that's a separate crawl space. Gable ventilation up here. Another vent here that's open. Also got runoff from the roof coming down and hitting the deck. There's no gutters, and that's pretty important, gutters. We've got a hole in the mortar here. It's going to go up into the attic, into the soffit area. That should be sealed. It's big enough for rodents to get through. We're now at the left elevation. We have a clear out here, but we do not have in-ground clear outs. Soffit ventilation here, more here. Again, there's gutters missing all around the front. In fact, there's no gutters around the building at all, which is not good. The grading around the building is generally poor. Grading should slope away from the building, not towards it. And this is varying, but by and large it's sloping towards the foundation here. That's not good. You don't want water coming up against the grade wall. At the rear, the grading is not a lot better. We have a flower bed here built up around it. Looks nice, and it should drain because it's just rocks. But the grading is generally poor at the rear. Aha, we found the clear outs. Here they are. Excellent. And this is the left elevation. The grading here is poor. But it does slope. If you look at it, you can see it sloping. In fact, the air conditioning unit shouldn't slope, and that's sloping. This is the deck in the rear yard. I'm afraid the actual balustrade, it's a bit poor. This wouldn't support somebody falling against it. That could collapse and cause them more damage. It's really not good enough. I can tell you why. This assembly here is incorrect. You've got posts below, posts above, and it's actually held in place by a few screws, and that's what's making it really, really wobbly. What it should have is a post that goes right the way through the deck and down into the ground, and that would give it full support up here. Yeah, we've got loose spindles. The gap between them is more than 4 inches. It's got to be less than 4 inches, and this runs loose. So the general condition of the fencing around the deck is very poor. Here we have incorrect balustrades. Here you should actually have them vertical, coming up and down, and shouldn't have this type of lattice work here. It's not designed to be a safety feature. Now the underlayment for the roof has been installed incorrectly. It should come out over the top of this drip edge, and it doesn't. As a result, the decking underneath here is getting wet and rotting. Decking is in poor condition at the edge of the roof. The same here, you can see moisture has been coming down here because it's been washing debris. So I would say, yeah, here it is. It's just not coming. It should come over the top of the drip edge. This is the roof inspection. This is a flue. Actual flue is rusting out here. Now we have a cast iron sewer under part of the building. Here we have a couple of roof vents. Flashings are in good order. A vent here for the plumbing. We don't have any upper attic venting. It's relying on the gables to vent the attic. It's very typical of this style of build. And a better alternative to this is to change it to have roof vents and close up the gables. It improves the ventilation of the whole system completely. So that's something to consider when a new roof goes on. It's not something to do at the moment. This is the attic inspection. There's not very much insulation up here, about 4 inches. It makes it R19. It would be really advantageous to add more to it. This is a window at the addition, and it's not been corked. You see we've got gaps here, gaps down the bottom. It's going to allow water in. That needs to be corked as a matter of urgency, and up here we've got a gap. Again, that needs to be corked. This is the window in the master, it's in the addition. You see here we have gaps, and we have no corking on the outside, and there's no corking around here. So that's going to allow moisture to come in. And we have here, sort of a little bit of mould growing. This is the attic access to the attic of the addition, and you can see we've got loads of belongings, clothes and everything else. I can't get access to that. I can't move the clothes, and I can't bring a ladder in here sufficient to get me in, because there's just not room to open it. This is the access to the garage, and I don't think it's always been here. I think it's been added. But this door here should have a weather seal, because if you use a garage as is intended as a garage, and this one's clearly being used as a storage area, you've got to stop the possibility of flames and fumes getting into the garage, and that certainly won't happen. At this end, the garage and the attic are completely open. So my advice to you is never to park a car in here. Never use it as a garage. If you do, you're going to need to actually do some modifications. You need to seal and put a fire barrier up here in this area here, and you need to seal the attic access at the top here. In addition, if you were to put a car in here, you couldn't run a dryer, because a dryer uses the higher voltage electricity, and cars give off fumes, gasoline fumes, and they could get ignited. So that wouldn't work for you at all. So in essence, you've got to really realise that this is not used as a garage space. It should just be used as storage. This is the electrical panel to the house. As you can see, we have a tall boy here, and a television and other things here, all of which I cannot move. I'd like to move it, but actually I'm specifically excluded from moving furniture. If I do, I'm actually breaking my standards of practice set by the state. I'm going to have to come back and inspect this. I need to get inside here because I need to see the condition of the wiring and find out something about the fusing or the breakers of the system. We have an exposed power outlet here, no cover, and it's live, so that's dangerous. The outlet on the right elevation of the outside of the house is not GFCI. All outlets on the exterior below 5 foot should be GFCI. This is the air conditioning unit, it's currently running. We have a flue here, cold pipes. The unit itself has a vent at the top and it's blocked. It's really got to be cleaned and opened up because we want air being drawn from the outside, which is the attic, not from the house. And this door here should have a weather seal on it. It doesn't seal at all, and that means the air is being drawn from inside the house. To the gas fire itself, we've got a flexible pipe. It's actually going in here, and it should actually be steel at this point, not flexible pipe as shown here. But also we're missing a sediment trap on the gas line. All of these are safety issues, they're not anything other than that, and it should be retrofitted, even though it wasn't done at the time this was built. It doesn't really matter. It's not good. It has 2 filters. I'm not quite sure why, and one is getting quite loaded. Also, you'll note here that you can't get the filter out. You've got to bend it. Neither of the filters. So you've got 2 filters. I'm not sure why you would have 2. And in addition to that, you cannot get them out easily. You're going to damage them. This is the condensate line, and that's going down into the crawl space. This is the air conditioner. We have good insulation on it, on the cold pipes, which is good. Only one comment, the isolator shouldn't be directly behind it. It should be offset, either to the left or the right, actually probably to the right. Very common to find it like this, but it shouldn't be. So this is a register. We've got a temperature here, minimum 55. And then we've got a return, the return register here, and we have 72, 73, yeah, 73 really, 73, so 55 to 73, what is that? That's 18 degrees, that's a good drop. We just switched on to heating. Furnace, it's very dirty, hasn't been serviced in a long while, wants to be cleaned out, or if it has been serviced, they've not been doing their job. Here's the igniter, it's coming on, glowing nicely. gas should come on now. And we've got it, that's great. This is the water meter and isolation valve. We're at the curb and the house is there. There should be, but there often isn't, a isolation valve in the ground near the house. But I'm not going to dig around in the mulch because there's no telling where it would be anyway. We have a hose bib here, it doesn't have an anti-siphon device on it. We don't have a food disposal, and we have a dishwasher link up here. That's incorrect. It should have an anti-siphon device definitely on it, because it could pull water, wastewater from the trap back into the dishwasher. You wouldn't want that. This is a ceiling fan. It actually extracts into the attic itself, mentioned earlier in the report. Missing caulking around the fittings here. And the handle here is loose, needed repair. The toilet is loose on the floor and it's not corked around the edge here. Because it's loose, it could well start leaking. Yeah, it's loose. I suspect that the wax seal on this toilet will have broken. That definitely needs to be repaired. You don't want that leaking. Master bathroom. There's no caulking around the bottom of the toilet. A very poor functional flow of cold at the right hand vanity. good functional flow at the shower and tub, but there's caulking missing from around the fittings. It's definitely going to allow water to leak into the wall system. We have a slow drain at the right hand vanity. The electrical panel will not come off the wall. I can't take it off the wall because it will damage it, so I can't actually inspect inside. This is water heater. It's incorrectly installed. You see here, this is the drain pipe to the water heater, down pipe, and it's actually just exhausting to the floor. That's quite dangerous because superheated steam can come out of here. It's also got a plastic bore. Really, it should be a copper pipe. The condition of the water heater is good, but the flue pipe is not. This is terrible. It's dangerous. It's very dangerous. In addition to that, up here we have a asbestos pipe, and that needs to be removed and replaced. Just shine a torch on it. There it is there, the asbestos pipe. And there's signs of recent water leaks here too. The vent for the water heater is closed off, it's got debris in it, and there's no vent down the bottom here. It would seem to me that this has been installed by a non-professional. I would imagine they didn't even pull a permit, because if they'd pulled a permit, the city would have come and inspected it and would have rejected its installation. This is the worst I've seen. It's terrible, it's dangerous. This is the isolation valve, and it's jammed closed. It cannot be opened. So this whole thing needs to be repaired. I wouldn't want to live in this house with this condition.